I know that you're here searching up the best Mercedes buyer's guide. Oh my God, is this engine reliable? What's going to happen if I buy? Is it going to blow up? Well, I'm going to clear all this nonsense up in this video. I'm going to give you the best buyer's guide you will ever need for a Mercedes. And also I'm going to talk about some really good options for reliability when it comes to engines, okay? So, let's get started. Okay, I want you to understand one thing about Mercedes. And the most important thing about Mercedes is that you have to treat them like women. You take care of her, you take her out, you take care of her emotional needs. It will give you back affection, love, and everything you'll ever want. But you forgot flowers on Valentine's Day? Well, bye-bye timing chain. I'm having cooling issues out of nowhere. What? Nothing starts making sense with your car. And this kind of applies the same way. When something comes up with the car, address it immediately. Don't hang on to it, because most issues that the car has is because of the past owner not knowing how to take care of it, thinking it's a Toyota and just they could drive on it and probably will address itself. Oh, maybe it will fix itself. I don't care. As long as it drives, it goes. And that's the biggest issue that every single person who owns a German car has. Now, you have to know that there is a difference between durability and reliability. Okay? Durability means that the vehicle, those are mainly like certain Japanese cars, I was going to say like Toyota, Lexus. When you own them, the components there are made in a very over-engineered way, where they know that when the people that own these vehicles, like that's how Toyota thinks. They're like, oh, okay, I know the fact that who owns this vehicle, they're going to do oil changes every probably 10,000 miles, every 8,000 miles, whatever the case may be. And they set up these, intervals and how for you to take care of the car. And now you're sitting with the car, you haven't changed a component in like 10 years, but the car is still running very good. That is durability. Now, when you talk about reliability, that's what Mercedes is. They know that a lot of the times when they tell you to change your oil every 8,000 miles or whatever the case the owner's guide is going to tell you, don't listen to it. These cars are high performance engines. Majority of the time, even their low grade engines are pushing a lot of power. There's too many components to understand. You have to do oil changes constantly. You have to do transmission services constantly. Every 30,000 miles, every 50,000 miles for transmission, every 5,000 miles for oil. And that's how you have to kind of take care of these vehicles. And if you neglect them, you're going to have issues down the line. If you have no idea anything about Mercedes and it's your first Mercedes you're going to buy, I recommend buying any vehicle that has the M276 motor. The M276 motor is an extremely reliable V6 that is fuel efficient, that is, kind of quick, it feels nice to drive, and it does not have almost any issues if you buy the newer generations. Now, I know the M272, which is basically the previous 90-degree design. This new one is a 60-degree design. And the older engines had like camshaft issues, if I'm not mistaken. And they had like the chiming chains. It would kind of like stretch. They would have the time, their guides. The entire system of it kind of fails. So you have to get all that replaced. But the newer engines you buy, I think it's up 2012 or 13, if not mistaken. Someone can correct me in the comment section. That specific engine, the M276, is an extremely reliable engine. It has almost none to zero issues. And there's also the twin turbo version, that's for like more AMG, if you want to go for more for performance. And those are pushing a little bit more power. I would like to address quickly that the M276 engine, the twin turbo versions, more specifically, I believe the C43s, which is going to be like their AMG performance lineup, they do have the same issue that the CLS 550 have, which is like that, the oil kind of starts seeping in through the wiring harness all the way back to the ECU. I think I mentioned that in the previous video. But you can guys fix that. I showed you guys. It's a very, very quick fix. You just have, you buy these connectors. It's like a total of 8 connectors. You plug those into the camshaft position sensor. There's like this front little magnet in the front. Boom. Done. The issue is resolved. So now you have a free, no issue V6 pushing a lot of power. So you can enjoy. Okay. The second engine I want to talk about is going to be the M113. You can also have the supercharged version too. But that engine specifically has extremely to almost no little issues. If you get the supercharged version, I think there's like a little wear on the supercharger, but there's no issues with that, to be honest. And I want you to understand something. This is towards more the older generation of engines. I've owned a CLK 55 AMG, beautiful car. I would love to buy another one. I had the hardtop. And the only issue I had was that there was oil leaking from the oil filter housing gasket. And then I went to the Mercedes and I bought the parts. It was super cheap. I bought, I think, all 3 gaskets that I need to replace for 60 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. And I've replaced them myself and it would never leaked again. But I will give you another example of that exact same engine, but not taken care of. The person I bought it from had full documents, they did services, valve covers, this, that. They've done so much work on the car, and I had never had issues. And I drove about 25,000 miles to 30,000 miles and literally never had any issues. While I have a friend who owns a C55, which is the exact same engine basically it comes in. Every 3 days I see him posting that his car is in the shop. Oh, fuel system issues. Oh, this issues, so on and so forth. Now, you see the 2 examples that I'm giving you is that one has been maintained, one has not been maintained. And that's the difference. That's the main difference, is that you're going to have a much better time experiencing through those engines. The supercharged versions usually are kind of follows the exact same way. They have no issues as well that are like main issues. Everyone can have tiny issues here and there. That's going to be more of like a personalized issue, but main issues, none. So if you ever buy that engine, be ready to have a very good time and spend a lot of money on gas. Now, talking about this specific engine, the M278 and then the M157. This is the 3rd engine on the list. These engines are reliable. They have issues. Now, if you buy any of those engines I just mentioned, in the newer generation, you're going to have an amazing time. Those engines genuinely do not have any problems. Everything has been fixed in the newer generations. So if you have a little money to spend and, you can take care, you can, keep up with the maintenance a little bit, spend a little money on oil changes constantly and so on and so forth, this car is genuinely going to treat you well. Hello everyone, my GoPro ended up overheating, so I'm just give you a quick little run on the 4th engine I'm going to talk about. This specific engine is one of my favorites, to be honest with you. It's the M177, M176, M178. They're the 4.0 hot V setup, twin turbos. They're amazing engines, beautiful. But I want to let you know one thing, just really quickly about that engine. That's the 4th engine on the list. And that specific engine is just expensive. It's a very good engine. So for example, I think they came out in 2015. The earlier models had like I think they had like a couple injectors that would fail, and they would have like scoring issues, which obviously these are bad problems. Scoring is like, that's it, your engine is done. But if you buy anything up from there, 2018, 2020, now those engines are very rock solid. There's literally, I tried to search everywhere, there's no issues with the car. It's just someone says, oh, I already changed the coils 5 times, whatever. Someone complains about something else. But that's kind of it. I haven't heard any big major issue about this engine, the newer generation. And one thing though is that going hands-on, if you want to DIY stuff on that specific engine, it's super hard. It's not easy. On the M278, you know, M157, it's a little bit more manageable. You can take this off, you can work on this. It's a little bit more manageable. But that specific engine, there's too much put into one. So if you're a DIYer, and I mean, if you want to put yourself through a little bit of a challenge, you can go ahead and obviously work on the car. You know, that's your thing. But I would suggest that if you do end up buying one of those cars, it is going to be on the pricier side. They're pretty good, solid engines, but if something does happen, and if you're not a person that would DIY a lot of things, you're going to spend a pretty good chunk of your money fixing one specific component, a water pump, intercooler, something, whatever happens. But that's my list of the top 4 most reliable Mercedes engines out there. So thank you for watching.